All right. Welcome. Glad to have you here. You ready to learn how to start your own website agency without a college degree? Awesome. Or any coding knowledge whatsoever in as little as 6 weeks. How does that sound? Well, in the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn exactly how to start and run your own web design agency without a college degree or any coding knowledge whatsoever. So hopefully you're excited. Let's get going. I'm going to tell you right now, my goal today is to teach you about a skill set that has allowed me to spend the last 15 years working from home when I want, where I want, making what I want. I've even supported my family of 7 using these skills, and I was hired as a marketing director for an e-commerce company with no college degree. So, why am I showing you all of this? Simple. Because once you learn these skills, you can do that too. The sky is the limit once you have skills that are in demand. And I'm going to show you all about that. First, if you stay till the end, I'm going to show you a secret link to download a PDF of everything I'm going to show you today. And also, if you're interested in the nitty-gritty details, I'm also going to give you the backstory of my journey from college dropout, stay-at-home mom, to successful business owner and entrepreneur, author, and digital marketing professional who's sold over $30 million worth of products online. But you have to stick around until the end of the presentation to get the free download and the story. I promise it will be worth your time when you see how fascinating and yet how doable my journey has been. So, seriously, the next 60 minutes could change your life. So you owe it to yourself to pay attention. I know there are distractions all around us, but the information I'm about to share can seriously change your life. I don't want you to miss a single crucial step. So please make a commitment to stay focused. Can you do that for yourself? Close out of Facebook, stop checking your email, turn off your cell phone, give me your complete attention, and I will give you the information you need to finally take back control of your time, your financial future, and your life. All right, let's see. What makes this different? How is my program different from other work-at-home courses and opportunities? Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of people on the internet who learn a little bit about websites, sales funnels, or digital marketing, and then they think they're qualified to teach others. That's okay if you want to learn along with someone else. The difference between their programs and this course is that I have 15 years of solid experience under my belt doing exactly what I'm going to teach you. Where others might be able to teach you the basics, I can show you everything you need to know to start and run your business. I know the pitfalls to avoid and the niches to seek out, and I'm going to teach it all to you. So that makes this pretty different. First, who am I? Well, that's me and my husband. We were in Costa Rica. I love traveling, and that's one of my favorite things about being able to run my own business from home is that I can do that whenever I want. He has a gnarly beard, as you can tell. It's kind of his trademark. Everybody loves it. He gets compliments everywhere. It's really annoying. But anyway, I love traveling, like I said, and my business has afforded us opportunities to travel all over the world. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You're probably wondering why I'm even qualified to teach on this topic. So here's a brief overview of my story. 15 years ago, I was a young mom of 4 little kids. Our household expenses were growing as our family grew, and my husband was young in his career, and life was expensive on one income. It just is. So we needed more money, but I was committed to staying home with our kids. The internet was fairly new, and it seemed like there must be some opportunities for me to make money online. Also, I wouldn't trade my years at home with my little ones for anything, but I was also feeling a desire to stretch myself intellectually, personally, creatively. I had dropped out of college just before earning a degree in journalism. Yeah, I know, not my smartest move, but that was to have our first baby. And I was feeling like I wanted a voice again. Anyway, long story short, remember I'll tell you the whole story if you stay to the end. After a lot of trial and error, I took a course, I learned how to build websites, and eventually I started my own web design agency. All from home, all while raising my kids, and all on my own schedule, and with the freedom to fit my work in around my life. I was even able to have another baby in there, so I have 5 kids. Over the years, let me go through my bullet points here. I've worked from home for 12 of the past 15 years while raising 5 children. I supported my family so my husband could start his business. Let's see. I've built websites for clients all around the world on more topics than I can even remember, and I've learned a lot. During the economic crash of 2008, I was in a position to step up and become the sole provider for my family. And that enabled my husband the financial freedom to be able to pursue his dream of starting his own company. Once my kids were all in school during the days, I was even hired as a marketing director of a startup e-commerce company, which grew from $5 million in annual sales to $25 million in only 2.5 years. We ended up on the Inc. 500 list, and it was a very exciting ride. Like I said, it's a long story, but I think when you understand where I've been and what I've been able to accomplish, you'll see that I'm uniquely qualified to teach you exactly what you need to know to start your own home-based web design business and avoid the time-consuming and expensive mistakes I've made. And believe me, there have been plenty. Oh, and also, this is ironic, I regularly get invited to speak to college students and business owners and marketing professionals about the things that I've learned and the expertise that I have, and some of it about my journey. So I always think that's kind of funny. Anyway, I've done a lot of things right. I've done a lot of things wrong, and I've learned a lot of lessons. So over the past decade and a half, I've made some real discoveries. I'm going to tell you a few of them here. Number one, no one cares where you learned or how much you know. They only care about the results you can get them. So keep that in mind. Number two, most web agencies make building websites seem like it's very difficult so that you'll pay them huge amounts of money and wait months for them to build your site. That is simply just not the case anymore. That is not necessary, and I think it's dishonest. And a lot of web agencies are making money on that premise, just simply because people don't understand how to do it. And there's nothing wrong with making money. Obviously, that's why we work. But the way they're going about it, like for instance, building websites, coding them by hand, they call it handcrafted websites. They hand code them, which is ridiculous. It's like reinventing the wheel. And they make it so that the business owner can't make any changes without going through them. So it's a way for them to keep control over the website. And I just don't agree with that. It's not necessary. It's not, I don't know. It puts an unnecessary burden on the website agents, or on the business owner. Anyway, number three, when you have an in-demand skill set, you are in charge. So you decide when you work, where you work, how you work, who you'll work with, and how much money you want to make. You never have to settle for a crappy job again. When you have skills that people need, you're in charge, and it's awesome. So those are things I've learned the hard way. You get to cheat and get all this experience the easy way. So years of toil, research, work, and all-nighters have taught me a lot. The hard way is option number one. Spend 4 years in college to earn a degree in web development that will most likely be obsolete by the time you graduate because things change so fast in this industry. Learn unnecessary coding and sit through hours of general education credits that you don't care about. You can, and part of that is paying or owing by the time you're done tens of thousands of dollars in tuition and still not knowing anything about how to run a business. That's hard way, option number one. The hard way, option number two, is actually basically the way I did it. Search the internet for tutorials and how-to articles, sift through mountains of information, conflicting advice, and spend years teaching yourself, only to get sucked in by every get-rich-quick scheme that comes along because it seems so much easier than the drudgery you're putting yourself through. That is, it's not exactly how I did it, but there's quite a bit of truth in that for my situation. And you can find all the information you want to do this, but I guarantee it's a lot harder than having somebody teach you exactly what you need to know. So those are the hard ways. This is the easy way, and I want to offer that to you because I sure wish somebody had offered it to me 15 years ago. So get excited. The internet has changed everything. And knowing how to build websites that every single business in your community, your city, your country needs is extremely valuable knowledge. Imagine what your life will be like without a boss to answer to. You can have the freedom to set your own schedule, work when you want, where you want, to have the freedom to travel, to spend time with your family, and also to be a valued professional member of your community and entrepreneur, not to mention the income. Can you see how when you learn the skills I'm going to teach you, you become a sought-after service provider, able to pick up work whenever you want to? So, I don't know, would an extra $500, $1,000, $5,000 or $10,000 a month make things better for you? I actually know it will. This knowledge has literally saved my family from financial ruin. It's allowed us to take amazing vacations, start businesses, and so much more. And it can for you too. You can fire your boss or you can get your dream job. The possibilities are really limited only by your imagination when you have a set of skills that people want. So, the top 3 secrets we're going to talk about. Secret number 1. No one cares what degree you have or where you went to school. They only care that you can get results for them. Especially when you get into the business world. It might, people might care in some arenas, but when you're talking about a service provider that can make websites or do digital marketing, no one cares. They're not going to ask you what degree you have. They're not going to ask you where you went to school. They only care that you can get results for them. So secret number 2. You don't need to know how to code or be a graphic designer to build websites. If you can use a computer for basic everyday tasks, you can build a website. And successful websites don't have to be fancy to be very effective. And that's what I focus on, is teaching you how to get results for clients, because that's what makes them happy. It's what makes you successful, and it is what makes the difference. Secret number 3, every business everywhere needs a website. You can be very successful by building simple websites for local businesses in your community that get them the results they want. And these also, this is probably the biggest secret, these are the websites the big agencies don't want to do because the budget's not there. But yet I'm going to show you how it can make you money. And anyway, let's just keep going because there's a lot there. Secret number 1, nobody cares if you have a degree. So I'm going to talk about this. When I was in college, the internet barely existed. In the years since, most universities have developed web development and coding degrees, but only recently are they even starting to incorporate online marketing classes. And they put those usually into the marketing degree program, not the web design program. So it's all very compartmentalized. To be successful at running your own web design agency, going the strictly academia route, you'd need degrees, or at least minors, in web dev, graphic design, marketing, search engine optimization, sales, and business. And the nature of the online business world changes so fast, everything you learned in your first couple years at school would be outdated by the time you graduated. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about people who want to do just graphic design or just programming, or to get a job doing just one thing for an employer. If that's you, the traditional education route still works fairly well, since college will teach you the basic skills you need to know, and then the job will further train you. I've hired graphic designers, coders, programmers, marketers, and social media managers with degrees, and guess what? They're still working at their jobs. And that's awesome if you have the time and money to spare for a college education. Go for it. What I'm talking about is people who want to start their own businesses, people who want out of their jobs, people who want to stay at home with their kids, or people who need another income, people who've dreamed of owning their own business. If that's you, my program is designed to help you do exactly that. So, things have changed. Field of Dreams actually works here. The old Field of Dreams movie with Kevin Costner, if you build it, they will come. When you build your website the right way with solid search engine optimization methods, which I teach, and you know the correct process for laying out and building a website, guess what? It gets found. And when people find your website, that shows them that you know what you're doing. And when that happens, no one cares how you learned how to do it. They only want to know if you will do it for them. And the same goes for when others see your clients' sites. So, Since I learned to build websites, no one has ever asked me for a resume. Back in 2014, I was contacted by the owner of an e-commerce company because he found my website and he liked what he saw. That led to my being hired full-time as a marketing director with a nearly six-figure salary. No one ever asked me about my degree, my background. Of course, they asked about that. My experience, you bet. My technical skills and past work, of course. I had to prove myself qualified in every way, but no one ever asked for my resume or what degree I held. And eventually, I left that job and that salary behind because I wanted my freedom back. And I knew that I could go right back to running my own agency and make just as much and even more than I was working 60-hour stress-filled weeks. So, no degree, no problem. And that is the truth in this industry. Secret number 2, you don't have to be a computer whiz. There's no coding required. So this wasn't the case when I first learned how to build websites back in the early mid 2000s. There were drag and drop programs, but the code was messy and the tools were glitchy and frustrating. So what I did when I first learned how to code, I designed a page in a drag and drop software, and then I sent it to somebody who wrote HTML and said, put this in HTML code for me. I paid him $99 to do it. And he coded the page for me. And then I literally took that page and I just copied and pasted. And I would just take this part out and see what happened to the page. And then put it back in. And then I would take that part out and see what happened to the page. And that's how I taught myself to code. But that's not necessary anymore. That was time consuming, but that was how it had to be because you had to know how to code back then to build a website. But it's not necessary. There are excellent website builders that do everything you need now to build clean, simple, and effective websites. There are also terrible ones. Wix, for example, is awful. Stay away from Wix. Anyway, if you can use a computer for everyday tasks like emailing, creating documents, and surfing the web, you can build a website. Today's web programs are excellent. They're not as easy as the commercials make it seem, like build your own professional looking website in just 10 minutes from your phone while in the bathtub. Those are ridiculous. I'm annoyed and amused also at the same time by ads and commercials that say crap like that. It's light years easier today than it was 10 or 15 years ago, but it still takes some prep and work. And I'm not going to say that there are not long hours of work involved. There are, but it's totally doable. Now, a little disclaimer, if you can't figure out how to save documents or attach them to emails or download a file and open it, I'm not going to lie, the learning curve might be pretty frustrating for you. It could be that this is not the right industry. That said, if you are detail-oriented and good at following instructions, I can teach you everything you need to know to build a website for yourself or anyone else. And I do it all with videos that you always have access to, so you can just repeat the process with each client until you don't need the instructions anymore. Pretty slick. Also, successful websites don't have to be fancy to be very effective. My approach to website creation is based on 3 main elements: content, design, and optimization. All 3 work together to make a website effective. I'll break that down for you. So first, content is the text and the pictures your visitor sees. Design is the way they are presented, the look and feel of the website. The fonts, the colors, the style, the aesthetics, etc. And optimization is the nuts and bolts of the website, the behind-the-scenes structure of the website, the process you have to go through to submit it to Google, and the keywords and descriptions you write so that Google knows what your site is about and can include it in their search results. Part of what I teach is that all 3 elements should always support what I call the most wanted response of the business owner. So, for instance, Google. If you look at Google's homepage, we all know that Google has like an entire world of things to offer, right? They've got ad programs, they've got website builders. I mean, they have everything to offer. There's Gmail, there's everything. But is their homepage cluttered with all of that? Nope. You can't even find it. What is on their homepage? It is a search bar. That is their most wanted response. Google does not distract you from searching. That is what they want. They want you to search. That's their primary function, and they don't distract from it. Let's look at Amazon. So Amazon's got quite a bit going on, obviously. Amazon means their tagline is everything from A to Z. That's why they have a little smiley face that goes from the A to the Z on the Amazon logo. So they literally have everything on their website, but they don't shove everything in your face on the homepage. Let me drag this down just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Anyway, yeah, so you can see they offer quite a bit there, but what is the main focus? The main focus right here is that search bar, right? That's the most wanted response. That is what they want. They want you to search. And then they'll offer lots of other things. Free with Prime. They want you to get a Prime membership. There's Prime again, Prime Video, video, music, all those things. But that search bar is always front and center. That is what that's their most wanted response. Search our site. Get lost in the content. Find what you're looking for. Okay, let's look at Facebook. So Facebook's homepage, when you're not a member, when you've never been to Facebook before, is a login. It's create an account, right? Create an account. There isn't anything else on there. This is the gateway. That is what they want. And obviously it's worked because they have billions and billions of users around the world. Create an account. It's free and it always will be. And there's everything you need to know on Facebook. So those are their most wanted responses. And they don't distract from that. So that is a concept that is extremely important when you're building a website for somebody else. So the most wanted response, let's talk about that just a little bit more. So look at Spotify. So Spotify has pretty much all music, right? They have everything you could ever want. You could lose yourself in Spotify exploring the music. But their homepage has just this big, colorful banner, but it doesn't really say anything other than get Spotify free or get Spotify premium. And they highlighted the free one because that's going to be the easiest capture for anyone coming there. They're going to be able to get them to sign up for free a lot easier than to buy a premium subscription. The premium upgrade is what they do after they've already got you involved with their free account. So they don't distract from anything else. Down below, they're going to show you what's on Spotify. This is basically the why of supporting the most wanted response. Let's see. Okay, so let's look at Roto-Rooter, which is, a national chain of plumbers, right? It's more of a service industry. So what's their most wanted response? Obviously, right here. Their most wanted response is they want you to find one of their local affiliates. And there's a phone number. Even if you don't search, you can call their phone number and they're going to route you to somebody in the local area. So that's their most wanted response, is call or find their local Roto-Rooter business owners and get a hold of them. And that's how they support their affiliates. So you'll see it again and again as you start looking through the internet. You'll start seeing the most wanted response. And that is the key to building effective websites. Okay, secret number 3. Every business everywhere needs a website. And your local community needs your services. Small businesses need you. Every business needs a website. And when I say every business, think about that. A lot of times I think people are worried about the web development market or website agency market being oversaturated. That is simply not possible. Here's why. So new businesses open every single day, and existing businesses need new websites about every 2 to 3 years. They have to upgrade their website. I can't even tell you how much demand there is for this skill set. But here's a clue. I have never paid to advertise my services, ever. Ever, ever, ever. In 15 years, I have never put out an ad to advertise my services. That is how in demand this skill set is. So you can be very successful by building simple websites for local businesses in your community that get them the results they want. This is a niche that needs to be filled in every small town around the world. If your city is too big and competitive, no problem. You can just niche down to your local area, a town, a neighborhood, a award, whatever, then duplicate that in another area. So there's ways to get around if you're in a big populated area. Let's see, next thing. The big agencies don't want to do the simple little websites for local businesses. And when they do, they overcharge them and they take forever because they're not the priority. A lot of small business owners are really frustrated by web design agencies because if their budgets are too small to make them a high priority of the agency, then they don't get any attention and it takes forever. And they get put on the back burner, they get a subpar product. So by providing a great product at a better price, you have a happy customer. And as a home-based business, your overhead is low enough that you can charge less than the big boys and still make great money. Everybody's happy. Seriously, this is a niche that needs your services. So, for example, a doctor's office in my town paid one of the big website agencies, and she's a doctor's office, right? This should not be a tiny project for this client or for this agency. She paid them $5,000, which was half of the $10,000 it was going to cost for a website. And by the time she approached, this was not even e-commerce. This wasn't anything. It was just a website. By the time she approached me, she'd been waiting for that website to be finished for 8 months. By the way, she never got that website. She ended up taking the loss and firing the company, who then threatened to sue her for the rest of the money for a website she never got. This is the situation that's happening in small towns and cities around this country. There are small businesses that need the services that I'm going to teach you to provide. One of my favorite aspects of this business is the variety of industries and professions I get to learn about. And also, I've been able to donate my services to organizations that I believe in, which has been really very, very fulfilling. It's been awesome to be able to help out, causes that I care about. I have built websites for, I'm not even going to list all of these. You can see them. It just goes on and on. Doctors, dentists, law firms, counselors, life coaches, a paintless dent removal company, construction companies, on and on and on and on and on and on. And I once even built a website for a Spanish language radio station in Australia. So it's always an adventure, and I love the variety that I get to learn about as I work with these business owners. So let's talk about the perks also. I have clients who have been paying me every month for the past 5 years, and they call every once in a while when they need something, and I take care of them, and the checks the money just keeps coming in. It just auto deposits to my account every month, even while I've worked at jobs and done other things. I have been paid with cash, products, services, vacations, and even puppies. My dog that I currently have right now, I built a website for a breeder and traded for a dog for myself and also one for my brother-in-law. So it's kind of funny. You end up bartering and just doing a lot of really interesting things. I'm a member of several professional organizations where I've met lots of business owners in my community. My kids are always asking me how I know someone everywhere we go. They're like, they see me at home all the time, right? And so they think I'm mom. And then we go places and I run into people that I've done work for, and it's just hilarious because they're always like, how do you know everyone? I'm like, well, I do a lot of work for a lot of people. This business has given me job offers, partnership opportunities. I've been to conferences. I go to a lot of marketing conferences where I can continue to grow my skill set, and I can tell you about those as part of the education that I offer. And one of the great perks is time off whenever I want it. So whenever I need time off, if I'm sick or I have a special event going on or I want to go on vacation or whatever, I take that time off and I just arrange my schedule around my needs or my family's needs. And obviously money. that's why we work, right? So the money is definitely a perk. And it really is what you make it. My income has allowed me to be home with my kids. It's brought my family through the 2008 economic collapse. And like I said, if you stay to the end, I'll tell you that whole story, but that was quite a thing. It's allowed me to travel. It's supported my family so my husband could start his business. It's helped pay for holidays, extras, cars, etc. I'll tell you what, teenagers are expensive, and it's helped a lot with that. It's also given me a profession that I'm proud of and valuable skills, which is it's just awesome. It's given me the freedom to make my own schedule and to do my own thing. Just when you have skills that people need, you're in charge. So over the past half hour, and this actually hasn't been an hour, it's only been a half hour, would you agree that it's been time well spent so far? I hope so, but we can't cover everything in everything you need to know in an hour webinar. Even if we had all day, I wouldn't be able to tell you this. That's why I offer a 6-week program. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can get everything you need to know. And if you act fast, I'm going to give you a very special deal. So I'm offering for the first time the InDemand Skills program. It's a training course. It's 6 weeks long or at your own pace. So basically, the minimum it's going to take is 6 weeks. You could fast track if you wanted, but I wouldn't want you skipping over anything or getting not really learning the information. So I would say I would recommend 6 weeks. And if you don't have a lot of free time, then you can do it at your own pace. It's all online. It's all video walkthroughs that you can refer back to again and again. There's also written instructions as well for those who prefer text. I walk you through the process of building your own agency website that you will need so you can attract clients. And then you can go back through the same process when you build websites for local businesses in your community. So you can just go back through the process again and again, using the videos until you don't need it anymore and you've got that skill set locked in. I also offer software discounts, recommendations, advice. I steer you away from the pitfalls and give you the advice that you need to get through creating this business. I also offer weekly live Q&A sessions with me on Facebook. We'll have a private Facebook members only group where you can get advice, tips, help, and support from others in the group and myself 24/7. So let's talk about what you learn as part of this course. It's quite a list, so bear with me. You're going to learn how to research your client's topic, how to build the website, how to register and connect domain names, how to find and edit images for the web, the principles of effective web design, which we've touched on a little bit, how to write compelling website copy, how to optimize websites for the search engines, which is hugely important, how to submit websites to Google, how to do citations and backlinks, what those even are. Don't worry, they might sound scary, but it's not. I'm going to teach you all about it. How to attract clients, how to close sales, how to resolve and prevent client issues, how to outsource tasks, how to build a team of helpful partners, how to price your services, how to set up your business, how to create proposals and contracts, how to market on social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and more. And that offers, once you learn those things, then it's another offering that you can offer your customers. How to focus on your core competencies and outsource everything else. That one is really important. How to stay on top of industry changes, the right organizations and conferences to go to and what to look into, what websites to read, that kind of thing. How to turn your clients into raving fans who will tell everyone they know to hire you. That's really important, and so much more. So that's just a glimpse of what you're going to get as part of this part of my course. So the InDemand Skills 6-week training course. Learn in 6 weeks more than you would in 4 years of college. So I'm going to give that value, the value of a 4-year degree. Plus, you're going to get business, sales, and marketing training. So those are basically 3 minor degrees. You're going to have no expensive and unnecessary prerequisites or general studies classes. So I'm not going to teach you anything you don't need to know for this business, which saves you a bunch if you were to go to college. You're not going to take any coding classes. You're going to learn just everything you need to know to start and run a business. Avoid the costly mistakes and pitfalls of learning it on your own. And I just put a savings of 25 grand, but I know I've spent a ton more than that throughout the years of just learning and making mistakes and getting sidetracked and all of that. You're also going to get a t-shirt and a bumper or a laptop decal. You can put it on your car or your laptop, so you can tell everyone that I'm in demand. So value, I'd say $15,000 per year for in-state tuition. That's pretty low. Times 4 years, that's 60 grand. That's what you would be paying and more with all of those other considerations to take this course if you were to take it, if you were to learn all of it the traditional way. So who would this work for? Students who are frustrated with the lack of actual skills they're learning in school, or they're tired of paying tuition to be assigned busy work. I have college kids right now, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. They get so frustrated with having to take classes that they don't care about, and not spend their time doing the things that they really want to learn about for their career. Moms or dads who want to find a way to earn money while staying at home with their kids. This is a great program. That's what I was. People who want a voice in the online world and want to understand how to navigate and publish on the web. So even if you just want to learn how to build a website, this is a great course for that, because you're going to learn how to market that website as well. And anyone who wants a marketable skill that will allow them to fire their boss, run their own business, and have the freedom to live life on their own terms. So if that's you, this program is perfect for you. I had 2 choices. So the first option, I could try and go as cheap as possible and sell basically as many of these courses as possible to as many people, but that wouldn't incentivize me to be involved with each student. The second option requires a little bit higher investment, but in exchange I can devote more resources to help you succeed, so I can be a lot more involved with everybody as they learn. So I'm going to introduce you to Blake Davis. He's awesome, and here's what Blake has said. It's hard for me to read this because it's, kind of sounds like bragging or whatever, but these are Blake's words. He says Melinda is the real deal. The things she teaches here are the exact things that she's been doing for the last 15 years. She's not a noob disguised with self-proclaimed professional status. She is the professional. She has a constant thirst to stay on the leading edge of trends and technology, but has a knack for making sure she puts the most emphasis on the tried and true fundamentals. I always like learning from Melinda because I can tell she truly cares for my success and takes the time to make sure I understand. Invest in yourself, invest in the course, invest in Melinda. Ah, that's very sweet, Blake. Blake has learned a ton and is doing awesome things with his business. And anyway, that's what he had to say. So let's talk about what you're going to get as part of this course. So the InDemand Skills 6-week training course, I put the value at a 4-year degree. So that's 60 grand, which is just, there's no way that I'm going to charge you that, obviously. So you're also going to get a private Facebook mastermind group. I figure I would pay $100 a month to be part of the group. So I put that value at $1,200. The weekly Q&A sessions with yours truly. So every week, a live session on Facebook with you guys, where you can ask your questions live and I can answer them directly for you. I charge quite a bit for my time when I do consulting, so that is pretty valuable, I would say. Discount links to all the tools and software that I use, plus advice on what you need and what you don't. That is really, really valuable. There's so much out there, and that you're going to try. as you get into this business, people are going to try to sell you so many things. And so I give you the advice, okay, use this, don't use that. Here's a discount for this software, plus advice on what you need and what you don't need. You're going to get an I'm in Demand t-shirt and a car or bumper, actually a laptop or bumper decal that you can put on your laptop or your car, and people can ask you, what does that mean? I'm in demand. Well, let me tell you. So the total value of everything you're going to get is $64,195, which is nuts. That is a hugely valuable thing, especially within a 6-week course. So I'm also going to offer bonus number 1, which is a 25-page behind-the-scenes report with my top 6 digital marketing strategies. This thing is gold. And it's behind-the-scenes story of how I used those 6 strategies to grow an e-commerce brand by almost 3,000% in less than 3 years. So you get the full inside behind-the-scenes scoop. I sell it for $250 just for that report. Basically, the value is, you could say it's $30 million, depending on how you look at it, because that's how much in product that I sold using those strategies. So this bonus is for the first 30 people to sign up for this program. I'm not just going to give it out to everybody. So join quick, and you'll get bonus number 1. Bonus number 2, I'm also going to throw in, which is the contract and proposal templates that I use. Those are the actual templates that I use for proposals and contracts in my business, and I'm just going to give those to you, and you can use those, so you'll have those right out of the gate. Those are for the first 20 people only. So let's go over that again. What are you going to get? You're going to get the training course, right? The private Facebook mastermind group, the weekly live Q&A sessions, the discount links to tools and software plus advice. Bonus number 1, a 25-page report. Bonus number 2, the contract and proposal templates. Total value, $64,940. That's crazy. If all this course did was teach you to build and maintain a website for your own business, would it be worth it? I mean, if that's all you learned, would that be worth it, to be able to build a website for your own business, even if you had a different business? What if it gave you the income for a nice vacation each year, or paid for Christmas presents? Would that be worth it? What if it let you fire your boss? Would that be worth it? What if all this course did was help you earn enough to cover a house payment? Would that be worth it? What if it gives you the knowledge you need to publish your own thoughts, feelings, and voice online? Would that be worth it? So what is an in-demand skill set worth to you? $5,000? $10,000? $25,000? More? How much would you pay to be able to write your own check, set your own hours, be your own boss, call the shots, work where you want, choose your clients, and live your life in demand? So, I've never offered this course before. You are actually the very first people to receive this offer. So, you can see why it's a good deal at $10,000, right? Well, and as we go forward in the future, the general public, I'm going to charge $2,995 to take this course. Now, that's obviously a ton less than $64,000 or even $10,000. That's quite a bit less. So why is that so low? Number 1, this is my first time offering this course, and you are my first student. So I want to make sure to work out the kinks and any kinks in the process as I go along. And once I do, that price is going to go up to $29.95. But you can get started, because you're my very first class, you can get started now for just $19.95 today. You can click the button below on this page or sign up at InDemandSkills.com, and that's the price that you'll get today. So bonus number 3, I'm going to throw in bonus number 3 for the first 5 people, and that's a private 30-minute phone consultation. So I'll get on the phone with you for 30 minutes. I usually charge $250 an hour for a private consultation. But this will be free for the first 5 people, and I'll get on the phone with you and talk to you for 30 minutes, and we'll kind of put together your game plan and figure out how this is going to work for you, and and your strategy and any questions that you might have as you're going through the course. So that's, I think, pretty valuable. So are you ready to be in demand? So $1,995 today. That's for the whole course. You get lifetime access, take the course at your own pace, and have access to the weekly live Q&As, and all of the things that we talked about before. So you have two choices now. So the first option, you can do nothing and not take this little leap of faith, which I'll tell you is 100% risk-free, by the way, and I'll tell you why in a second. The second option, you can pony up this small investment today compared to all the value you're going to get in return and just give it a shot. I mean, you're going to learn skills. You're going to learn things. Knowledge is invaluable. If you like what you see, great. If not, just ask for your money back before the dropout deadline, which is 72 hours after the course begins. The course begins on March 5th, and within 72 hours of access to the course, you'll be able to look it over and see, watch some of the videos. You'll be able to watch all the videos, but I don't think you'll have time in 72 hours. But you can get a real good feel for what the course is. And if you don't think it's for you, then drop out. And if it's within the first 72 hours, you'll get your money back. So sign up today and look over the course when it begins on March 5th. If you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 71 hours and 59 minutes from the course start date, just let me know and I'll give you your money back. And you get to keep the bonuses. So you really have nothing to lose. And I'm just super excited about this. This is going to change a lot of lives and just give people the freedom that they're looking for. So get started now. Go to InDemandSkills.com or click the button on this page. The real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, if it does even half of what I've claimed today, which it does, it will more than pay for itself, like instantly, on the first job probably. So get started now. InDemandSkills.com. So other courses just tell you what to do, and they assume that you're already a computer whiz. I actually walk you through every step. So I'm not going to assume that you know anything, but I'm also not going to treat you like you're an idiot either. Don't worry about that. I'm going to walk you through step by step, and it's all on video. You just follow the instructions. So a tale of two people. You've got the guy on the left, right? He's got all these plans and dreams and options, and he's worried about a lot, and he's kind of letting that just freeze him. He's got decision fatigue, and he doesn't know what to do or who to trust or where to go, and you can see he's not very happy. He's pretty frustrated. But the chick on the right, she's sitting there. She's got everything balanced. She's in charge. She's making money. She's got her time, her family. She's got a career that fulfills her, and she's on her way. She looks pretty happy and peaceful. So basically, you decide which one do you want to be, and I'm really here to help you make it happen. So let me show you what to do next. Go to InDemandSkills.com, and you can proudly say, I'm in demand. Let's go over it one more time. What are you going to get? So you're going to get the InDemand Skill Set 6-week training course. You're going to get the private Facebook mastermind group. That you'll get instant access to that. You'll get the weekly live Q&A sessions with yours truly. You're going to get discount links to tools and software plus advice. You're going to get your I'm in Demand t-shirt and decal, so that helps attract clients. You're going to get bonus number 1 is your 25-page report that tells you the behind the scenes of my whole experience with the e-commerce company, and also my top 6 strategies for marketing. Bonus number 2, contract and proposal templates. And bonus number 3, the private 30-minute phone consultation. So total value, $65,000. All right, so if you didn't sign up immediately, I'm going to guess it's one of a couple reasons. So reason number 1, you're scared this is another get-rich quick scheme. All I can do is tell you it's not. This is the real deal. Reason number 2, you don't think you're smart, savvy, confident, outgoing, or whatever enough. And I'm going to tell you that that's not true. Reason number 3, you're worried about investing in yourself. And I don't know what to tell you. Knowledge and skills are worth everything. And this is the type of thing that when you invest in yourself, you get that back again and again and again. I know that I have. And I'm nothing special. I'm not good at networking. I'm terrible at it, actually. I'm kind of an introvert, and so I'm really not very good at it. But once I get talking about what I know, then I'm okay. But I'm terrible at sales, obviously. This is a sales presentation, and this is how good I'm doing. So I'm not great at sales. I refuse to cold call anyone, ever. Just will not do it. But I can still do websites for local businesses. And like I said, I've never had to advertise. And I've done it for over 15 years. And the reason why? Because I have in-demand skills. And when you have skills that people need in your community, then you don't have to sell. They come looking for you because you have the skills that they need. So, one more time, what you're going to get. You're going to get the InDemand Skill Set 6-week training course. You're going to get the private Facebook mastermind group. You're going to get the weekly live Q&A sessions, the discount links to tools and software, plus advice. You're going to get the I'm in Demand t-shirt and decal. You're going to get bonus number 1, 25-page report, bonus number 2, contract and proposal templates, and bonus number 3, the private 30-minute phone consultation. So $65,000 worth of value. First 5 people, don't forget, get the 30-minute phone consultation. So get started. Get you some in-demand skills. Get started now for just $1,997. I think 5. I don't remember what it is. Today, click the button below or sign up here, InDemandSkills.com. So thanks for watching. I really hope to see you in the program. I really would love to get to know you and help you to develop some in-demand skills and change your life. So thanks again. See you soon.